So today's fun fact is that this right here is my favorite level I've ever made. This is a remake of Sweet Dude, of Melody by Sweet Dude. The level's not called Sweet Dude. It's an infamous level of sort of being hated. Well, like back then it was kind of hated, but actually I'm not really sure its perception nowadays at all. But yeah, I watched Poke's video. Like no, people pronounce it Pokey. I think I think it's pronounced Pokey. I watched his review on it. I like pretty much selling the level for me. So I decided to remake the level solely because I was afraid that if someone else did, they would make it into some like glow flow extreme demon. So I decided to make my own take before that happens. This level's short enough that I can just like run it through practice mode. So yeah, you can already see a few similarities. I decided to the beginning gameplay is similar, except I made it move because I thought that'd make it more kind of jankier, I guess is the best way to say it. Hold up, I might sneeze right now. I like spent like a good 5 minutes trying to clean out my nose before this recording to make sure I don't sneeze. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, the same exact progression, really, literally a ship UFO, except the structures move, and there's a short little kind of memory bit at the end. Now, I did make it so that like in the memory part, there is some way to figure it out without just trial and error. As you can see, the arrows where I'm going are a little bit more are circled. You can go the other way in the ship part. It's very possible to do that, but I think it's easier to go downwards. And yeah, it's very similar. I don't think this part had these gravity changes, but yeah. The thing is that I wanted to make the gameplay like as unconventional as I can think of, because like that was the main thing I was afraid of. If someone else, I don't know, if fucking Cherry Team, let's say, made it, they'll make it like a fucking they'll make it a flow gameplay, and it's like fucking boring now. Like you removed everything interesting, so I decided to make the gameplay sort of worse. I guess hateable is the best word to use. I decided to make it as hateable as I can think of. This, as you can see, this is the level that I really started using a lot of animated blocks and realizing how it can just make your level way more bouncier, even though this shit already has like a bunch of moving stuff in the foreground and background. As you can tell, I also decided to make it so the lyrics cover you a little bit. It doesn't really make it that harder, like you can easily tell where you are, but I don't know, I thought it would be cool. So yeah, this part I would play the okay, hold up. The start position is messing with my muscle memory. Okay, I'm gonna try and go a little bit beforehand. Hold up. I felt really clever, by the way, when I was making these spikes. Like, I don't know. Pretty simple shit, kinda. Yeah, so this is like straight up a pure memory part. I literally saw the way the part that correlates with this part in the original. I thought like I know exactly how to make this just way more intimidating than it already is. There is hints in the gameplay, like all of these orbs are fake except for the ones that are circled, and if you do hit something that's wrong, I can't hit, yeah, an X will appear, kind of letting you know that you messed up, right? I also had hella fun designing this part. I think this is the best looking part in the level. Like, the lyrics in the background just work so well. And I'm so glad the way this turned out. But yeah. And then there's this dual robot, which is a little less memory, but it's still just as crazy, I think. This is like, these two parts are like easily the best parts in the level, at least for me. This is also, you know, in like Defuse, at the end I used speed portals as decorations. This is where it came from. This is where it originated. I used speed portals here as decoration, and it just worked so well. I cannot jump at all. But yeah. There's also a lot of fakes in this part. I think my motivation for doing that is because, like, I don't know, I think skipping orbs is kind of a cool thing to do in gameplay, especially like this. Like, I feel like it just makes it look more interesting. But that's just me. Like, I built this level fully expecting for it to not have a chance of it being rated or anything, and that just made it a lot more fun for me. I don't know. I made it expecting people to not like things about it. I don't really have much feedback on this. I never really sent it to anyone. There's not like a single comment on this level. So who knows? After seeing this video, maybe you can comment on the video telling me that you hate the entire thing, and I'll love you so much for doing that. Okay, I usually don't struggle with this part, just that practice mode is just messing with my muscle memory of this part. So yeah, this part is pretty similar to the way this, I think this is like the closest, this is the closest part to the original, just of course with the decoration. Yeah, this part, the movement slows down to like kind of resemble the falling action. This part is an extension. So this part is entirely made of 1.0 blocks. I actually wanted it to not... Actually, no, I think I kind of planned it before to have it like this. But I don't know, I think at some point in the development, like, I wanted it to be something else, but I couldn't really think of anything because I thought the 1.0 blocks just did the job well enough. This is also where I stuffed every coin, because in my head, I thought it would be really dickhead of a move to put all the coins at the very end, where you're going to be nervous after doing all that crazy shit. They're not too hard. This one you just collect the coin and do that double click. This one is probably one of the more evil ones. It's just a simple timing. If I wasn't playing practice mode, I would have easily gotten this because of muscle memory. But yeah, I can't do that right now. The last one is evil, kinda. It's like you have to like skip an orb and do like a bunch of timings. But yeah, as you can see, I put a lot of like orbs and portals on the path. It doesn't really make this memory because they're all inaccessible, right? Like this key, you can't really go anywhere here. So like it's kind of obvious once playing it, right? At least in my mind. I'm not really sure. I've really never seen anyone play this or like give any of their opinion. Actually, one person did comment on the YouTube video for this part that I uploaded. They said that it was kind of lazy. It looks kind of lazy. This is the part I spent like the most amount of time trying to get right. It said it was lazy because of the 1.0 blocks, which I don't really get. Like, I feel like there's a stigma, like, the moment you use 1.0 blocks in your design, it means it's suddenly a layout or something, or under-decorated. Which just kind of makes no sense. Like, if I just replaced it with any other block, wouldn't it be, like, the exact same effort? Whatever. Anyway. I've actually been kind of purposely throwing, mostly because the coin here is literally at the end, and if I collect it, I'll literally complete the level. Like, I still kind of want to talk about this part. As you can see, I made it so that the colors diminish after a while. Why can't I do this part? There we go. So as you can see, there's only 2 colors here, and at the end there's only going to be like 1 color at a time. I can't do this part in practice mode. There we go. So yeah, it's a lot more mysterious. It also affects let's just pause the game. It also affects the lyrics there. I wanted to reflect the kind of like sadness of the lyrics, like kind of like kind of like you are struggling with creating your art and stuff. But it's still pretty positive. I did not show you the coin path, but you can probably figure it out. So yeah, anything in the editor that I want to show off? I'm not sure, but yeah, this is, I don't think so. Yeah. Ultimate swag. There is like 12 different ways to get this coin here, and depending on how you do it, you'll get you'll get a little Easter egg. The way it's implemented is that like just certain orbs will deactivate them, so that's why it all appears here. If you there's a way to like skip to do this entire part in Spider if you just like fall here. You can figure that out on your own. There's also an Easter egg for that as well. But yeah, that is Melody Heaven, my favorite level that I made. Here is the spider glitch.